Bulletcast for life.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Bulletcast, the only sports and recreational podcast that is simply just too sweet. I'm your host, the Podfather. Of course, I am the reigning, defending Bulletcast champion. I've lost count of the days. You know, that's the kind of champion I am. The days, they don't even matter anymore. I'm going to hold it for an eternity.
Who doesn't defend at Backlash when I should have won?
I mean, I defended it at WrestleMania. That's all that matters, you know. I walked out of the biggest stage with the strap. I got the Canadian Destroyer, the uncrowned Bulletcast champion, as he likes to call himself.
Yeah.
And
I'm like Roman. I deserve to be the champion. I got screwed. Management doesn't want me to be the champion.
Yeah, I'm the higher ups boy. That's what it is. Making his return to the pod, the lunatic freelancer, formerly the lunatic EIC.
Yep.
Sean Stewart.
It's great to be back, Phil.
You haven't been on since like the summer, man.
Oh, it's been almost a year since my.
Hey, man, this guy was. For those of you who have just joined the pod in the last couple months or weeks or whatever, he's an original. He was on the very first episode of the Bulletcast.
Yep. He's
an OG pod member. This was the crew back in the day, man.
Yep.
Before we had Mitchell, before we had Mendoza or whatever. This was it, man.
Yeah,
dating back.
Yeah, that's a pretty weak trade-off, but we'll get back. Let's not get into it.
When we would film in a little dingy room,
my
using
old
a computer.
office.
Look at this, though. It's glorious, isn't it?
This guy made it. He made it happen.
I made all this happen.
It's all you.
It's all me.
Nothing has to do with
all
me
about me.
Or Mitchell.
I mean, I don't know, man.
You know, shout out to Mitchell. You know, he's going to be graduating this week.
Shout out Mitchell. I don't know, man. King of the Hill, those top fives, he's coming for your spot. You might have to step it up there, guy.
Well, I mean, you just don't offer me other opportunities to have all these other stupid little spin-off shows.
Hey, man.
You know, if you had let me have a spin-off show, it'd be the highest rated podcast on all of it, even on the main one.
Well, it doesn't matter. All of the Bulletcast content, all together, we are like the number 17th ranked sports and recreation podcast.
Oh, really?
I don't think so. I think it might be a little off, but, you know.
But moving on.
I'll take it.
Episode 68, why is Roman feuding with Jinder? We're going to get into all that stuff. This performance-enhancing audio, we're going to get into all that. But before we do, I'd like to offer my thoughts and condolences and prayers to the families and friends of the 18s that were killed in Santa Fe, Texas at that high school. You know, I hope all this mass murder and all this just random acts of violence or deliberate acts of violence, I hope it all comes to an end very soon.
You know, prayers and sympathies aren't going to do anything. We have to change some stuff up here. You know, just saying thoughts and prayers ain't going to do diddly squat. So I'm kind of getting tired of all this. You know, I can't cuss, so I can't go too in-depth. But you know what I'm talking about? You know, keep saying thoughts and prayers. That ain't going to bring them back. That ain't going to stop crazy people from buying guns and making explosives and shooting people up.
Voting will, though.
Yeah, go out and vote.
I don't know.
Hey, man, I'm a kind soul. I'll give you my condolences.
Except for his hat. Good thing it's you can't really see it, but it's something we can't say on the radio.
All right. Outside of the ring.
What do we got, Phil?
All In, the highly anticipated indie show put on by the Bucks and Cody Rhodes.
Okay.
Sold out in 29 minutes and 36 seconds. They said it couldn't be done. Meltzer said it couldn't happen for Ring of Honor. Cody was like, all right, you know what? I'll put on a show. The Bucks and I will. And they did it. I'm so proud of these guys, man.
Sounds more impressive than we sold out in 30 minutes. You know, getting it down to the T. It's just, hey, how many seats were sold?
10,000. They sold out the whole arena.
Even like the worst seats in the house.
Yeah.
Went fast. Wow.
I mean, I know somebody who will be all in. He's been on the pod before. Shout out Sleazy E, Big E. I mean, this is amazing. When we go to that New Japan show at the Cow Palace,
which hasn't sold out yet. The Bucks and Cody, I'm going to have to go up to him and be like, guys, I'm super proud of you. I mean, Cody adds promoter to his long list of accomplishments since he left WWE.
Beats what he was doing.
I know, Cody, like, this might be the icing on the cake for him being outside of the WWE. I mean, like, the guy became a draw, became the Ring of Honor champion, had a nice little feud with Okada, had a nice little one with Kenny Omega, became the leader of the Bullet Club, and now he's a promoter.
That's still in question. Still in question.
All right, but now, like, he's selling out indie shows, you know? Like, that's awesome. He will be wrestling Nick Aldis for the NWA title. Ooh. That's going to be an interesting one. I don't think Cody's going to put himself over. I think, you know, it's going to be more about the title and not about these two large names or whatever. Or Cody's really the larger name. Nick Aldis, some know him, some don't. So it's gonna be interesting to see the booking of All In. When it comes to the Bucks and Cody. But congratulations to these guys. I'm super proud of them.
Kim, are you gonna throw it to me? You said we have to pad out an hour, and you just ignore my thoughts.
I mean,
my thoughts and prayers go out to the Bucks of you. Hopefully, they said that there was no ticket limit to how many you can buy, so they said a lot of scalpers might have bought them, but that just isn't really the case. There's like maybe a couple hundred on StubHub.
Couple hundred on StubHub.
Which, I mean, it's better than 2,000. So I think this kind of shows the relationship that the Bucks, I think especially the Bucks, have with the fan base, and it probably helps that WWE is not really catering to those fans right now. They're kind of angry fans. This is kind of a big FU to WWE.
Yeah.
And just kind of saying, I mean, we kind of said early on that it needs to be in Chicago. It's a good place, Chicago. My boy's not even advertised for the show yet. He might make an appearance. You never know. But I think it's entertaining. I really hope they do a live stream of it, because I want to watch this, even though I will not be there.
Yes, it's gonna be something very special. Thoughts on it, John?
I really have no opinion on Cody Rhodes or the Young Bucks, because honestly, don't watch New Japan or ROH.
This is why we kicked him off.
Yeah, that's why I left. I was ashamed, but I am going to that show not reluctantly, but at the Cow Palace. So hopefully my opinion will change. Of these,
he will be
gentlemen.
all in.
I'll be all in because I paid $145 for my ticket anyway. But no, I think it's impressive. 10,000 tickets. And it doesn't even matter that scalpers bought up a few hundred. The Cody, the money's still in Cody and the Bucks' wallet. So.
I think it's more about filling it up than actually making money, though.
Yeah.
Because they made those prices super low. Like the most expensive tickets were like $200.
No, it's not bad.
Not even for front row. That's nothing. The cheap seats are like 20-something bucks. Like, it wasn't about money. Maybe next time around, if they do it, they might jack it up a little bit. But I don't think if they do it again, they won't. They might sell out 10,000. I mean, I don't know, but they're gonna have to come out with some heavy hitters if they want to sell this out again.
Cody, I was listening to him on the Edge and Christian podcast this morning, and he was talking about this, and he said, this may be the only time that we do this, and the show kind of can't suck. It has to be pretty damn good. So, I have faith in these guys. I think it will be a good show, and it's just a great time to be a wrestling fan. All right, moving on from that, Enzo Amore.
Oh boy,
a man who was kicked out of locker rooms, kicked off of buses. A rumor had it Vince McMahon went up to him personally, told him to get out of his company. He has been cleared of those sexual assault allegations.
Ooh. What's this mean for his career, though?
Does WWE take him back?
Nope.
I wouldn't take him back.
Nope. I saw he posted something on Instagram. He shaved his beard. He looked weird.
Yeah, it didn't look right. I saw that. It was weird.
Really?
Yeah.
But anyways, I don't think just because he gets cleared, like we kind of talked about it early on when it first happened, like the details and the woman who said all this stuff, it was a little iffy. I mean, we don't know exactly what went down. Only they really know what happened, if anything did happen. I mean, Enzo, this was kind of the last straw. I think it was more that he didn't tell them, more than like he actually did it. Because I mean, obviously, if he did do it, he should be fired. But him just holding out all this information, because when it came out, it was like 2 months after the thing actually happened.
Yeah.
And all the other stuff you said, him getting kicked out of buses and stuff like that. I mean, if I would bring him back, not as a wrestler, but as a manager, because I think in ring, he's hot garbage, but he can talk his little arse off.
He had some good selling points at times.
Yeah. Back what Brandon's saying there. He's better on the mic than he is in the ring. I call the cruiserweight division the snoozerweight division because I don't watch 205.
We need him and Mitchell together.
Oh man, that'd be a great time.
When we were Payback, I just totally zoned out for the title match between Aries and Neville. Was it?
Yeah.
And
Aries' last matches.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, it was. And it was just, I don't know, watching Enzo on 205, like when they were in Smackdown, like when they were in Oakland.
Yeah.
It wasn't a pretty sight to like watch. Like it's just no fun watching him in the ring. It's just I can't get behind him.
They're not on Raw anymore.
No, I'm just happy. Like okay, I don't like to I try to separate people like from their like work from their like outside work life.
Yeah.
So what he did, okay.
Whoa, you gotta watch the
Oh,
language.
oh,
I know it's been a while, but we're on the radio now.
It's gotta be a old
Timestamp 10 minutes.
timestamp that. Anyway, point is, I wouldn't take him back. Whether what he did outside the ring, just don't take him back because he's just a poor performer.
All right. So.
But will he be on the indie scene though? Will he try to make it?
I wouldn't care.
Will he be on the indie scene trying to make some of that sweet?
Will he be booked for All In?
Will he get a pro wrestling tee shop website?
I can see him in a bingo hall yelling soft. I can see it.
Maybe.
All right. So there have been rumors going around with TV deals for Raw and SmackDown, and it looks like the NBC USA Network, they're gonna pick up Raw, but not much so SmackDown. Thoughts on this, Brandon? You were big on this when the news.
I'm a big financial guy.
Yeah.
WWE
He's big in the revenue.
WWE stock going up 15% yesterday, up to $50. It was like $20 maybe like a year ago, 2 years ago, and now it's $50 per share. I mean, it's more that Raw costs so much money for NBC that they couldn't afford to get Raw and SmackDown. So they decided to get Raw. I mean, Raw is always synonymous with USA. SmackDown has been jumping back. They've had CW. They were
My
on
TVU.
MyTV, Sci-Fi just a couple of years ago.
Sci-Fi.
Yeah.
So,
Wow. Who watches Sci-Fi?
I mean,
I know.
now that SmackDown's going to get big money as well. Maybe do they jack it up to 3 hours? I hope not. To get some of that ad revenue, but I mean, it says here on the script to Fox Sports.
That's what I've heard.
There's talks that Fox wants to buy out WWE alt-right. Not a good choice of words right there. Sorry, but I'm saying. All right, so I mean, I don't know where SmackDown's going. Maybe they do go to Fox Sports. Maybe I don't know. I don't think they go to a TNT or something like that.
No,
I think they're going to some sort of sports channel, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, this would bring a real new meaning to brand splits. I mean, on two separate networks. I mean, that's something new. That's something interesting. I'd like to see it.
Yeah.
Personally.
And we say all the time that now that the brand split, SmackDown's going to be equal to Raw, and it always kind of it gets pushed down on the totem pole.
It's always the little brother that'll never be on par with the the big bro. It's on that level. SmackDown, I don't know. Hopefully it's on a channel I can get at home. That's all.
So I hope it's not on Pop or something.
Oh no.
Destination America.
Wrestling shows on Pop and Destination America, they don't get that many viewers. All right.
Maybe you can still catch it on Hulu.
Maybe
the day
you can
after.
still catch it on Hulu.
I don't know.
I mean, there's all these live streaming platforms, so.
But we like to do things legally here on the broadcast.
Well, hey, you're paying for Hulu, so it's legal. I don't know. I want to say SmackDown's been killing it, so I don't think it matters. It matters like what network it's on, because people are going to follow the product and they're going to follow the performers and they're going to follow.
They have a
the
lot of
show
great
itself.
talent there, so I have faith that it'll do okay wherever it goes.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter what network it lands on as long. And if it got another even half hour, that'd be okay. I mean, just because when you're watching these at home, you don't realize that, hey, a majority of SmackDown is talking, and it's commercials, and you get about like 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes of wrestling like some weeks. So if you got that extra half hour, it could probably help SmackDown's case.
Yeah, it really gives some stars some time to shine in the ring, All right, Kevin Owens, rumor has it he was told by Vince McMahon to lose weight or you lose your spot.
Ooh.
I need sources. Who said this?
I don't want to name names.
We're a reputable podcast here. We need to cite sources because I need to know if this is fact or not.
I don't want to name names, but Pro Wrestling Mag.
Who?
What Culture? Some other.
What?
Some other platforms.
Yeah, Big Dave or Big Wade didn't say it. I ain't believing it.
Dave Meltzer, garbage. Wade Keller, don't care. Moving on, back to this. I mean, it sounds like something Vince would do. I'm not gonna lie. He likes his big, fit, sweaty guys or whatever.
Yeah.
I know. Rumor had it back when Nakamura was feuding with Ziggler, and why he didn't wrestle for so long. Vince told him, to kind of tone it up.
Yeah.
I could see Vince saying this, but then again, I mean, KO, he's in such a Like, he's charismatic, he can be sadistic and twisted, he can be hilarious, and the guy can do a lot of great moves that most guys can't do on the roster. I mean, Mojo Rawley, big, fit dude, he's not doing tope suicidas, or, tope con hilos, or swantons and moonsaults.
But just because you're big doesn't mean you should be doing that.
I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong, you shouldn't be doing that, you shouldn't be throwing it all out there.
Big Show shouldn't be doing moonsaults anymore.
I don't think he's doing anything right now.
Yeah, I'm saying you shouldn't be throwing it all out there, gotta have some safety for yourself. But just the fact that he can do those things is impressive for a man his size. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I think, KO, lose weight, gain weight, I think he'll be alright. I mean,
he's gotten smaller. He
looks looking a bit thinner
yeah.
than he was, like, maybe in 2015, 2016.
Yeah.
Because I remember watching one of his early matches. I don't know when it was, but it was like, man, he's thinner than he used to be.
Yeah.
So
He could go the Cassius Ohno route. He was told he was too big, left, got even chunkier, and then came back.
Okay.
Poor Cassius Ohno. I love me some Chris Hero.
I do too.
And it's a shame of what's happened to him. I mean, get your money and all, but
Kings of Wrestling, bring those guys back. Get rid of the bar. I'm joking. I love the bar. All right. Another wrestling breakup. Austin Aries and Selena Vega, aka Dia Trinidad. They broke up. Aries, he.
What is love?
What is love? Baby, don't.
They were an item.
They were an item for quite some time.
Really?
They both had a stint in TNA.
Okay.
Impact Wrestling. Sorry.
We're not gonna talk about John Cena and Nikki Bella. We're gonna put it all together. Wrestling love.
Wrestling love, yeah.
This is our segment.
Anyway, Aries, he went on Twitter and said
we're the love doctors here.
They call me Hitch. I'm joking. He went on Twitter and said, he's happy for her making her debut on SmackDown with Andrade Cien Almas. Okay. He wishes her nothing but the best of luck.
On her future endeavors.
All right, and then the big Total Divas, Total Bellas guy over here.
Yep, Total Bellas this Sunday.
Oh, tell us about Nikki and Big Match John.
So basically, John Cena goes on, what is it?
The Today Show or something like that?
Something like that.
Some morning show.
And he confesses his love for Nikki Bella. He still loves her.
He wants to marry her.
Due to unforeseen circumstances, which we didn't know what those circumstances were.
She broke up with him.
That, he still loves her. He still wants to marry her. Didn't say anything about kids. So maybe that's the reason why they're not together anymore. And then Nikki says stuff. And then, basically everything's coming out like, oh, they're probably going to work everything out. And it just happens to be the weekend of Total Bellas coming out. So is this whole thing a work? It's all a work.
Apparently the breakup is on Total Bellas, so...
I mean, that's like the big hook.
DVR
that's
that
the big hook for this season. It's like, it happened like maybe 2 weeks before we saw the commercial, and then it's like, oh, here's the breakup we all heard about, so tune in and watch Total Bellas.
I mean, we might have to do that Total Bellas post-pod after all.
I'm pretty sure, I don't know exactly what's going to happen, but I'm pretty sure, the opening scene is going to be the breakup, and then it's going to be, because kind of like if you watch Total Divas or Total Bellas last year, I forget which one it was.
Yeah,
the opening scene was John Cena proposing to Nikki, and then we hit the rewind button, and then we have to see everything that leads up to that.
Exactly.
Total Bellas podcast coming soon. That'll be my spin-off show.
Exactly. The Total Bellas Instant Analysis, starring the Canadian Destroyer.
There you go.
All right. Some quick ones. This day in wrestling, Kevin Owens makes his main roster debut on this day in 2015. When John Cena was doing the U.S. Open. When John Cena was doing the U.S. Open Challenge, KO was the NXT champion. It led to some nice matches, nice little feud between KO and Big Match John. Dash Wilder, one half of the Revival, he is 31 today. Congratulations. Right. Jimmy Snuka would have been 75.
Don't care.
Oh my.
He's a murderer.
Okay. Every time I say Benoit's name, I don't get that reaction. Jesus.
He's a murderer too. We can talk about him and if he should be in the Hall of Fame or if they should acknowledge him. We can talk about him on the Dog Days of Summer podcast.
And Blue Meanie is 45.
Good for Blue Meanie. He's a nice guy.
All right.
He got punched out by JBL, but Blue Meanie's a good guy in my book.
Shout out JBL.
He didn't kill anybody.
All right. Now, the big question for today. We haven't done one of these in a very, very long time. Who had a bigger impact on pro wrestling? The Immortal Hulk Hogan or Stone Cold Steve Austin?
We can make our way down the table this way.
Hogan. I want to say that.
Oh.
You got Hulkamania, you got the Hulkamaniacs, you even had Pastamania. Did you know about Pastamania, Bill? he had it all. You got 360.
He could have had the George Foreman girl, but he messed up on that one.
You could have.
For a lot of reasons.
Yeah. But, it's when, growing up, it's like, hearing about pro wrestling, it's like, Hogan was the first guy, that would come to mind. You had the Austin 316, you had, You know, you had Hell Yeah, you had the beer bash, but I don't want to say it can hold a candle to the Hulkster's legacy. You know, it's just guy was an icon. They're both icons, but Hogan was a bit more of an icon. You know, pretty unfortunate what happened a few years back.
Yeah, he got into some trouble, didn't he?
He did, but
Doesn't like this color right here.
Oh God, don't kill us. Anyway, yeah.
Stay away from that.
There's my take on that.
All right, let me see. I mean, Austin, he's been called, I think it was by Vince McMahon, like the biggest box office draw in wrestling.
Which he is.
Yeah, no doubt. But then, I mean, Hogan, like, he was like the first entertainer. I said this on the pod like a week or two ago to hold the world title, moving from like those shoot guys like San Martino and all those other guys moving into Hogan. I mean, Hogan took Vince national, you know. But I mean, Austin, he skyrocketed the company at a time where it needed a desperate change. I mean, so
Wasn't Billy Graham a champion?
Billy Graham was a champion.
So, I mean, he's basically Hulk Hogan's idol, so, I mean, he's not the first.
I know,
Boom.
but
Holes
then
poked in your argument.
I mean, but all right, whatever, kid. All right, man. But,
Ooh, kid, even though I'm older than him.
but then again, you know, moving
He's
on.
such a big boy.
Moving on with Hogan, I mean, you know, when we talk about like your Cena's and your Roman, like who's gonna be the next guy? You know, Hogan was Vince's guy for so long, and then we always have that to run back on. And then, I mean, with Stone Cold, who do we really, you know, like maybe a Punk? He'll get thrown in the name with that. I mean, I might have to go Hogan. I love Austin. I love him to death. I love
so do
Steve. I want to have a Steve Weiser after this, but I'm gonna go with the immortal one.
Once again, I have to be the representative of Stone Cold on this podcast because everybody on this show underestimates Stone Cold's ability. He is the single greatest draw in wrestling history. Yes, it wasn't over a span of 10 years like Hulk Hogan's was, but you can argue that Stone Cold saved the WWF. Hulk Hogan, you know, he introduced it, but maybe somebody else could have been in that spot and maybe could have done just as well. Maybe JYD, even though, you know, I don't know if JYD could have been as charismatic as Hulk Hogan, but I mean, I think Stone Cold Steve Austin had a bigger impact on the company because he saved the biggest company. Because I think if Stone Cold didn't exist, maybe we'd be doing WCW Nitro and Thunder recaps right now. And Stone Cold, I mean, I think Stone Cold, like in pop culture, might be. I mean, a lot of people know who Hulk Hogan is, but like if you like see in sports and stuff like that, like everybody, like when people win the championship, they're doing Stone Cold guzzling down beers. Mad Bum does it. The Philadelphia Eagles are doing. I mean, Lane Johnson was just on Stone Cold's podcast this week, cutting some mega promos on the Patriots because the Patriots suck, and we all know it. But anyways,
I mean,
I don't watch football.
NWO, the greatest heel turn in history of professional wrestling. He dropped the leg on Randy Savage, Bass at the Beach, 1996. They were throwing trash in the ring. I mean, come on. Hogan, like, he was bland, he was vanilla, he was just mailing it in.
But what happens if Hulk Hogan didn't turn and it was Randy Savage? I mean, the NWO might have been as big. Might have been. I mean, Sting. I don't think Sting would have been the best choice because I don't think.
I mean, they all made it into a version of the NWO in the end. But I'm saying when it initially happened, I mean, he got rid of the red and yellow, put on the black and white. I was surprised he wore black. But you know, it changed the landscape of pro wrestling. You know, and then we move on and we got the predecessors. I mean, not the predecessors, the successors with things like the Bullet Club and stuff like that. So I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Stone Cold is the biggest wrestling draw in history.
Said that already.
Exactly. And I have to reiterate that because, WWE wrestling is a business.
WWE.
It is a business, and he saved the business. And Hulk Hogan could be said that he destroyed the business. He might have been one of the factors for destroying WCW.
Oh, WCW. Let's do a pod about that one day.
Probably.
All right, so I went Hogan. He went Hogan.
And of course, no one picks my boy Stone Cold.
Look, I love Stone Cold. The Stunner, it's in one of my top 10 finishers of all time, all right?
It's number one. I don't know what you're talking about.
super kick.
Pretty sure we've already gone over. The super kick is overdone.
Shawn Michaels super kick. There we go.
Shawn Michaels super kick, honestly, is a little trash.
What?
It doesn't look that
What?
good. It doesn't look
Are
that
you
good.
kidding me?
It doesn't look that
He took it from the
pretty
gentleman
good.
Chris Adams, a man who was 6'8".
But if you talk technically, you know, sometimes he misses it a little bit. Sometimes it shows a little light.
This is blasphemy.
Sometimes it's kind of like Charlotte's front kicks.
This is blasphemy.
Or Charlotte's super kicks.
We're moving on. We're moving on.
Hot takes out here.
I'm hurt.
Even though I do love Shawn Michaels.
All right. So the Raw recap.
Young Bucks have a better super kick.
Boy.
Go home. King of the Hill's taking the spot. Go home. Oh, all right. So the Raw recap.
All right.
Wait, where are you going?
You say I can go home.
Look, Roman Reigns and Kurt Angle, they have a promo exchange. What'd you think about this, Brandon?
To be honest, I kind of forgot what happened. Please remind me, because it was just so lackluster. Because no one cares about Roman. He gets booed out of the building once again. Does anybody care about Roman Reigns?
It just didn't do anything for me. All it really did was just set up Roman going to the backstage
Isn't it just Roman
and
complaining?
attacking Jinder.
Roman complaining more.
Yeah,
That's his character right now. He's the whiny dog.
yeah. You look like you're stressing out over there.
Is he still going for that angle? Like, you know, the company's against me. Is that still his angle?
Yes.
Exactly.
Okay,
No one
it's-
believes that garbage.
I
I
don't
can't
know.
believe that. I can't get behind what they're doing with Roman because, like, we know he gets opportunity after opportunity. So this isn't working. I can't. Like, I wanted to get behind him so bad, but after the Greatest Royal Rumble, I lost faith. It's just.
You know, I don't know exactly what the main event of Money in the Bank will be. God, I hope it's not Roman and Jinder, but if it is, I hope Chicago plans something big. I hope the whole building just walks out of that.
Nah, it has to be
No,
this
it-
or the WWE title match. Please, for the love of God, Vince McMahon, do not put Roman and Jinder on. Don't even put it on in Chicago, but don't put it, if you are, don't put it on last. Put it on first, get the booze
You know,
out early.
actually, if you put it on, if you open the show with that, oh, that'd be so much fun because they're gonna have so much heat. It's gonna be so much fun for all the wrong reasons.
Honestly, Jinder working Roman, he could be the biggest babyface in the company.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're smart, you put it after the men's ladder match that might tear the house down, and so they get a little. They're kind of happy, like, okay, we got a great match. Yes, you're giving us Roman. He's not main eventing, so we're still gonna boo him and chant CM Punk, but it's not gonna be as bad.
Mm-hmm.
And Rusev Day and all that stuff. Well, yeah, like I said, it led to a backstage altercation with Jinder. He's just beating him up back there. Poor Jinder.
I know Jinder's
he wins-
so sympathetic.
Man, really.
He went from being the WWE champion to the U.S. champion to back to a jobber.
I know he's only won one match since he's been back on Raw. Like, what was the point? You know, like, come on.
Like,
I guess the Indeed tour is over, so you know he's back to square one.
All right. After that, Seth Rollins retains his Intercontinental Championship
All right.
against Kevin Owens.
It was a good match.
It was good.
I think they could have waited on this match. You can build it up a little. I mean, Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins, the whole point of the brand split is to keep people away so you have these big matches you can save down the line. And they just kind of threw it out here, first match of the show, and just like, here you go. It was fun. It was a great match.
I mean, yeah.
But it could have meant so much more if you if you put it in the main event. Just put it in the main event. If you like absolutely need to give us this match, put it in the main event and build it up, make it a big deal. Seth Rollins is on fire right now.
He is. I like that curb
He's
stomp when
burning it
KO was
down.
trying to get in the ring. I like that. That was a good one.
Okay.
That was a good curb stomp. Yeah, I mean, these guys feuded for the Universal title a few years back. Feuded a lot, so I was kind of glad when they separated, you know, Rollins on Raw, Owens on SmackDown, then they kind of came back together. But, you know, it was good. I really enjoyed this match. But, you know, we'll see who answers the challenge next. You know, we'll see what other big matchup they have in store for us. All right, so, yeah, this is kind of weird.
Kinda.
Yeah, Nia Jax
Mm.
versus Ronda Rousey for the Raw Women's Championship was announced at Money in the Bank.
What happened to I don't want any handouts?
What happened to that? I don't want no special treatment.
You know, it's like
Well, it's because Nia offered it to her.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like, no champion, unless you're in like a really just blood feud, no champion's gonna be like, I want you to wrestle me for this championship.
But she's babyface. Babyfaces want to be fighting champions.
But I mean, you can be a fighting champion. Just don't like let the general manager or the higher up decide who, you know, like who is gonna challenge you for the title. All right.
yeah.
Like, what?
But if she has pickings, she wants to go after the big dog, as you would, the lady big dog.
I mean, are they really gonna
Ronda Rousey?
Are they really gonna put the title on her though?
Too
soon.
She don't.
I think
so.
Natty cost her the championship.
But they have not built to that at all.
I mean,
she was friends with Natty for like 2 weeks, and then they just.
Because
they don't even break up.
Look,
they just don't show up together.
Rousey
anymore.
doesn't need an undefeated streak. We just had that with Asuka. She doesn't need
But
that.
she's Ronda Rousey. She had an undefeated. That was why she was so hot. It's because she had an undefeated streak.
Okay, then she got kicked in the face and lost. Like, come on.
Asuka's still pretty.
So. He said. I mean, like, look, Ronda Rousey. She surprised me at WrestleMania. She did way better than I thought she was going to.
She's.
But she's not there on the mic yet. I mean, look, she can lose by disqualification or something by Natty or a count out or something. So she has like her first loss, but she's not been beaten clean, you know? Like,
she needs to have her first on TV match, not on a pay-per-view, not at a house show. It needs to be on Monday Night Raw.
I totally disagree with that. I disagree so much with that.
What are you talking about? Well,
Ronda Rousey is arguably the biggest star in the company, and you save her first TV match. You keep that in your back pocket for a while. Make people pay to see Ronda Rousey fight. Because
that'll get those Raw ratings up.
I mean,
she shouldn't have a title match if that hasn't happened yet. It's like I get she's like Ronda Rousey. She's like
you can have her. Okay, you can have her on TV and like fight somebody, but don't have her like a full-fledged match and just be like, here's Ronda Rousey. Well, I mean, do some hip thrusts, do some hip tosses, and judo throws. But
yeah.
I don't think she needs to have a full-fledged match.
Yeah.
I mean, she's on the UK tour. She's getting some tag matches in. We don't really know exactly how good she can be in a one-on-one match. And Nia Jax is not exactly the best opponent for her. That's why I was so excited to see Natty and her in SummerSlam, because they can have a pretty good match. Natty can carry her for most of it.
Yeah.
And there's no real, nothing on the line, just a feud, and Ronda Rousey's going to win, and we're all happy.
Yes. I don't know. We'll see how they build it moving forward in the next couple weeks.
All right.
The glorious Bobby Roode. He goes on to defeat Baron Corbin and No Way Jose. Qualifies for the
Don't care about Bobby Roode. Turn him heel, or change his gimmick.
Turn him heel, damn. All right.
Bobby Roode.
Yeah, he's a pretty bland babyface right now. I was excited when he made his main roster debut, but now it's just like after he lost his title. All right, we get it.
He's glorious.
I mean, Roode as a heel, it's amazing.
He's fantastic.
I love heel Roode. I do.
It's like when he was feuding with Roderick Strong, like wherever that went.
Yeah.
The stuff he was saying to not only Strong but his wife.
The Fortune 500 guy. Yeah, let's bring that Roode back.
Yeah.
Babyface Roode. I mean, I was messing with it, but that was like in 2011. It's 2018, so
Speaking of that, and Ronda Rousey, the 4 Horsewomen signed with WWE. So does that mean we're going to get a Survivor Series match, a WrestleMania match? Do we going to get that final 4 Horsewomen match? And it looks like you don't really care.
I don't.
Why don't you care?
I don't.
Why don't you care?
Rousey surprised me. Baszler, she's doing it. She's working it. The other two, I gotta see first. I gotta see first. And then if they impress me, then I'll be like, all right, I'm in.
Wow.
If they can impress me, I'll be all in.
Such a critical wrestling fan.
Look, man, it doesn't take that much to impress me. All right, it doesn't. But it takes a little bit of work at the same time.
Yeah. You gotta give him a chance.
That's what I'm saying. Like, let me see some stuff, and I'll make a decision off of that.
Just throw him into the fire. Have a main event WrestleMania. First match ever.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. So the B team of Dallas and Axel, they go on.
The best team.
The best team, yes.
The best team.
They go on to defeat Rizongo.
Good for them. They deserve this win.
They deserved it.
They worked hard for this.
Oh yeah. All right. Moving on from that.
Oh yeah. Shut up, Chris Jericho.
Shout out Jericho. Natty, Sasha Banks, and Ember Moon go on to defeat the Riot Squad.
Okay.
I didn't watch this because there was playoff basketball / hockey on.
Oh. Gotta watch the ice.
Yep. Go Dubs.
Go Dubs.
Warriors in 5. I'm sticking to my prediction.
It was the usual, 6-woman tag.
You just take a shot.
No.
I think he did.
No.
Stroke is weak.
What do you mean?
It's
Dubs,
dry.
if you ever need a point guard or something.
I think they have a pretty good one.
Holla at you.
I think they have a pretty good point guard.
If you ever need me to make some free throws, just holler at the kid. All right, this was a typical 6-woman tag.
You gonna Rick Barry it?
No, it was.
You know who Rick Barry is?
Rick Barry?
Yeah.
I know Chuck Berry.
Oh boy.
Back to the
These
sports
darn
entertainment.
Warriors fans.
I like what you did.
They started becoming fans in 2012. Oh my God, Steph Curry's my favorite player. He's the best Warrior ever.
Bro, I don't even watch basketball, man.
But you're black. I thought all black people watch basketball.
Whoa! What's
You
with
went
the
there.
stereotypes?
Winter.
You think I'm gonna have Kool-Aid and
No, I
chicken
didn't
for
say
lunch?
that. I didn't say that.
If you want to get that for lunch, we can.
No. I'll be
I mean,
okay.
I like chicken and Kool-Aid. It's very tasty. I really wanted to Popeyes yesterday, but I decided go to the food trucks instead.
Okay.
Shout out to the food trucks on Asparian.
Shout out to the food
I'm
trucks.
Portuguese. I like soccer. We're gonna take the whole World Cup this year,
My goodness. Okay.
All right.
All right.
especially since the USA is not even in it.
So after the 6-woman tag,
I'm sorry. I got too far.
Hardy and Wyatt go on to defeat the Revival. What have they done with the kids?
They're not saying yeah so much anymore.
Yeah. That's the new drop. We don't need soundboards anymore. We just have Brandon. Yeah, I don't like the spot the Revival are in. I mean, I know what they can do. We all know what they're capable of. Like,
They got sent back down to NXT apparently.
what?
Well, they had an NXT match.
Oh, I was about to say. What?
They got sent back down to AAA.
Something needs to change. I'm not sure what it is. And Sami Zayn, what a delight this guy is as a heel.
Yeah.
You know, he says he's gonna expose Bobby Lashley, the real man. He's gonna bring his sisters to Monday Night Raw next week.
We didn't even talk about the Bobby Lashley interview last
I
week,
don't want to. I really don't want to.
but we have to. The interview was terrible, and I don't know if this segment was like they had the segment of mine afterwards, or if they were just like, man, that interview sucked.
So here's what we're gonna do.
Sami Zayn, he wears the hat. Bobby Lashley wore the hat.
That's
We're gonna
my
start
hat.
a feud.
That's my hat. That was funny. Well, we're gonna see where it goes from
I
there.
mean, Bobby Lashley needs to get some better either mic talent or some better script.
Was he ever
written
good
for
on
him.
the mic?
He was decent in TNA.
Yeah, he was decent over there. He could hold his own for a little bit.
I just think the script he had, which was a problem, is I think it was probably overly scripted. That interview
Stop
was.
scripting these promos.
Just-
Just let them go.
Even like I thought the beginning, the voiceover before the interview was perfect when the voiceover guy talked about him being an army kid, wrestling all over and winning these things, and then he was gonna go into the Olympics, but he got hurt. And I was like, oh, this is great. And then we go to the Renee Young interview, and he just talks about stuffing a bully with a towel and getting his butt whooped by his sisters, and I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
good for you, Bobby.
Stop
Well, not so
scripting.
good, but
I mean, I think they're in danger of having Sami Zayn get cheered
Yeah,
in this feud.
we gotta stop scripting these promos. Roman would get over if his promos weren't scripted. Moving on from that. Alexa Bliss qualifies for the Women's Money in the Bank by defeating Mickie James and Bayley.
Good for my girl Alexa.
Good for Little Miss Bliss.
Bailey, on the YouTube channel, she had the formerly known as series.
Oh
about
yes,
her.
I saw
It
that.
was very good.
It was very well done.
She went to the newer pavilion, which we've been there many times before.
Yes, had some stints in that building myself back in the day.
Back at, we're not talking about that.
Yeah, but yeah, it was nice. Jason Styles was on there. I've met him. Had a conversation or two with him. It was really good. It was very well done. I really enjoyed it. You should watch it.
I'll probably have to.
Yeah, watch the Seth Rollins one too. That was also
I've seen that one.
that was
yeah.
also very well done. All right, so after this, Roman Reigns, for just being a bully, man, just spearing Jinder like through
Again.
a wall.
They're
not
the
again.
fakest looking wall I have ever
Like,
seen.
come on.
I mean, I think this curtain right here is more sturdy than that wall was.
Is it? Does that still have the holes behind it?
Nah. But like, come on, like we can't be doing that to people, Like, are they trying to get sympathy for Jinder? Is that the route we're going?
If you're giving me Roman or Jinder, I'll take Jinder any day.
I'm
honestly.
taking none of them.
No,
I'm just gonna,
if I had to have an option.
Yeah, if you have to pick
I mean,
one, you have to pick.
I really hope the NBA Finals are on that day so I can just watch that
It might be.
instead of watching the this atrocious match that's going to take place at Money in the Bank.
I don't know what's going on here, but we gotta do something. We gotta fix it. Actually, you know what? This is what you do. Their match happens like 6 days before Money in the Bank. There's one spot left.
Mm-hmm.
Roman beats Jinder, gets added.
That's just gonna
Could you imagine Roman with that briefcase? It'd just be fun.
I don't see a Raw superstar winning Money in the Bank.
I know. I mean,
there's a cynical part of me that wants to see this match in Chicago. I do want to see Roman versus Jinder in Chicago and see what the fans will deliver.
God,
that should be fun.
Oh my goodness! I wonder how much trash is going to be in that ring.
Oh,
well, we already know two pieces of trash are going to be.
Okay, that's uncalled for.
That was too easy.
That's uncalled.
That was way too easy.
Like
that was a softball.
Only people we get to call trash around here are like the Great Khali.
I mean, Jinder Mahal's pretty trash.
He's a murderer now. Great Khali.
Yeah, the Great Khali is a murderer.
That's
why aren't you criticizing him?
Who did he murder?
He murdered some guy at APW.
Yeah, like right down the street.
It was an accident.
Oh.
All right,
moving on. Yes. So my boy Dolph Ziggler and his heavy Drew McIntyre.
My girl Jules isn't a murderer. It was an accident.
Oh my! Please stop.
Jules, I love you.
Yes. Defeat Braun and Finn Balor.
How did that happen?
I was shocked they won. I'm really getting a push here with these boys.
Yeah, I mean, Ziggler, okay, but Drew, all right.
Drew, like he left, made a name for himself.
I thought the finish was a little weak.
Yeah, the finish was weak. I was like,
I mean, give us a zigzag or something.
Yeah, or that Claymore zigzag finish that they do. That looks cool.
Who ate the pin?
Finn.
Oh, okay. Because I don't see Braun taking.
Nope, Braun can't get pinned. That's Vince's new tool.
Does McIntyre get heat for breaking the trophy?
I don't know. I wish he'd destroy that hideous green championship they had Braun holding. Like, God, that thing was atrocious.
He held it for like 5. I'm pretty sure that thing's still in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, they probably left it there. Like, all right, well, we can't take this back to the States.
There you go. Here, take it, Prince. It's yours.
It's in
You're
the
champion
or something.
Thanks for the $20 million.
All right, and then after that, Kevin Owens goes on to defeat Bobby Lashley and Elias.
Okay.
Good for Kevin Owens.
Good for KO.
Mm-hmm.
Making it happen. He qualified for Money in the Bank, right? That was a Money in the Bank qualifying match?
Yeah.
Yep, there we go. It's been so long I can't remember.
Because KO yelled at Kurt Angle because he got screwed out of the match. And then he threatened him that he's going to call Stephanie. He's going to tattletale on him. And then Stephanie called him and said, KO's in the match. Then KO was put in the match. And see, I watched the product, so that's why I should be the host and the rightful Bullet Cast champion.
Okay, I watched it.
But you don't remember.
I didn't remember that one detail. Look, I'm a very busy man. I do other podcasts. All right, I have other projects. Our finals are coming up. I'm worried about my education.
How many classes are you taking this semester?
I've been taking like 4.
Okay.
I had a 5th one, but things happened.
Big on.
Yep. Like 20 units next semester, though, guys. But this is still gonna happen.
All right. So.
All right, SmackDown Live.
The A Show.
So Daniel Bryan and Big Cass, they have a segment.
They did have a segment.
What are your thoughts on that segment?
I mean, are the rumors true? Does Big Cass have heat? Does everyone hate him because he beat up a little person? Because, I mean, they don't usually do promos like this, where
I know
the heel comes out and then the undersized babyface just beats the tar out of him.
Yeah, that was funny.
I mean, the technical part of the promo I did not like at all, because Big Cass comes out and just runs down Daniel Bryan for a good 3 to 4 minutes, and Daniel Bryan just sits there and has to take it without saying anything, and then no one does that. If someone's gonna yell at me and belittle me for 5 minutes, I'm not gonna just stare at him with this blank look on my face. I'm gonna go and either beat him up or talk back to him.
Yeah,
that's just a problem with WWE booking and scripting right now. It's just that doesn't happen in real life. It's not a wrestling thing. It's a scripting thing. It's that doesn't happen in TV shows.
Yeah.
There's not 5-minute monologues back and forth.
I don't know what the deal with that was, but Cass got in the ring and Bryan just beat him up, just tore that leg apart.
And one other thing, this was very similar to what Roman Reigns did to Jinder Mahal. Daniel Bryan got the reaction that he's supposed to be getting, which is all cheers and everyone getting happy that he's beating up the heel. Roman Reigns beats up the heel and everyone's booing him. I mean, come on. That should be
The writing's on the wall.
Come on.
It's on the wall, Vince.
And Roman did say if there's someone he could turn heel for, it'd be Daniel Bryan. So, I mean, Roman, tell Vince, hey, put me and Daniel Bryan, WrestleMania, let me turn heel, and blah, 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 blah. Let's get this done.
Okay.
Make it happen. All right. So, the New Day defeats the Bar, and one member of the New Day will be in the men's Money in the Bank match We're not sure which one that will be.
I predicted Big E last week. I'm sticking to it.
I hope Big E is
Yeah,
in that match. He deserves it. Or
what's he really do?
Kofi might be in there, for the ladder spot.
Yeah, I mean, but Big E, like I'd like to see.
I'd like to see Big E, Or they might swerve us and throw Xavier in there. He's been getting some shine lately.
Yeah.
All right.
That's true.
So Absolution have a segment. Paige tells Mandy and Sonya that they will be in a women's Money in the Bank qualifying match. It will be a triple threat.
Okay.
And Becky Lynch will be a part of it.
All right.
So after that, we have AJ Styles having a promo. He will wrestle Shinsuke Nakamura later on in the show, and the winner of that match chooses their stipulation for Money in the Bank. I didn't think the match needed to happen, to be honest with you. But, Styles says no matter what promo or whatever stipulation he chooses, he's retaining the championship.
Has this feud? It's really run its course. They're just like beating a dead horse right now.
I mean, I had a revelation the other week.
Premonition.
I had a path of realization on my top 5 show. I was talking to the King of the Hill and I was like, oh my god, it's gonna end where it kind of started, at Money in the Bank.
Okay.
And we had that first face off, and then it's gonna end there. It's like, oh wow.
That makes sense.
I was like, okay.
That's way too. That's way too.
It's obvious.
That's too smart.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. All right. Well, after that, Andrade Cien Almas makes his debut, defeats a jobber. Selena Vega cuts a promo like, we come here for real competition. We don't want this. What is this? Yes. So I'm glad that Andrade is finally on SmackDown.
All right.
I've been waiting to see him. He and Selena Vega, they're going to do big things on the blue brand.
I just hope, I don't want to compare him to a certain 10, but, NXT call-ups, I want to say they're hit and miss sometimes. But, Almas,
True.
I want to say he's talented enough where he won't suffer that.
I think he'll survive.
Yeah.
Almas versus Styles. Almas versus Bryan.
Oh.
I mean, come on.
Almas versus...
It books
itself.
It does.
I mean, Almas versus Jeff Hardy can be great, too.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Almas versus Orton would be interesting.
I think him versus Orton could be a nice first feud. Get his
feet,
wins underneath him.
Yeah, get his feet wet on the main roster. All right, Rusev Day. Happy Rusev Day, ladies and gentlemen.
Happy Rusev Day.
So there was a segment with Rusev, Aiden English, and Lana. I thought they were going to kick Aiden English to the curb, but it looks like they might be.
They just scrap that all together.
They might all be sticking together, which I like that idea.
It just looks like they're going to be a comedy trio at this point.
Might be.
And Lana,
could you imagine those three with this briefcase?
Lana's accent is just
why is this
piss poor at this point.
Why is this still going
terrible.
on? Rusev.
They should just do they should do the Jay Lethal angle. She gets knocked in the head and she just loses her accent altogether.
That's actually really funny if you watch Being the Elite. Jay Lethal got knocked down and he turned into Black Machismo Macho Man while talking.
He's actually Macho Man.
Oh, he's actually Macho Man talking was it Larry Poffo, and then when he
Lanny Poffo.
Lanny Poffo. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, Genius or whatever your gimmick was. And then he gets hit again and he turns back into Jay Lethal. It's actually pretty fun to go watch it. All right. So
Anyways.
after that we have the Royal Melibration.
Yes.
I loved it. It was great. Carmella, on the mic, she's excellent. That moonwalk is fantastic. In heels. Haven't seen a moonwalk that good since Michael. R.I.P. to the King of Pop.
Mm-hmm.
But it gets interrupted by Paige because she tells Carmella who her challenger will be at Money in the Bank, and it's Asuka.
I'm getting kind of tired of Carmella's act. I didn't think this Melibration was as good as the first one, and I just really hope
this was a Royal Melibration.
I hope she doesn't squeak out with the title against Asuka. I mean,
do it.
I
do
think
it.
That would just be.
That'd be awesome.
It would not be awesome.
I love Carmella as champion.
Okay, so you're going to be on the record and put down that Carmella's winning at Money in the Bank.
Okay, well,
you can't flip flop now.
Hold on, what?
You can't flip flop.
We're not even doing the predictions yet.
Yeah, but you're saying, oh, it's going to be awesome, and so you better put your money down and be like, hey,
look,
Carmella's beating Asuka.
When the time comes for predictions, you'll hear what the Podfather has to say.
Oh, by the way, I don't think you're actually the Podfather. I think Conrad Thompson is actually deemed the Podfather.
No.
I think that's his new nickname now.
Absolutely not.
I think Conrad Thompson might have a better claim to the
Look,
Podfather.
I have it trademarked, all right? It's mine. He wants to use it, he can pay me a little something. All right.
That Bruce Pritchard money.
Yes, exactly. All right, Shinsuke Nakamura has a promo
And
backstage.
he learned English.
He learned it.
Which I think is fun.
He got knocked upside the head.
I know, but I think it's good because it was kind of getting too cutesy and too babyface.
Yeah.
So now that he dropped the whole English gimmick, which, maybe they could have some fun with it over Renee having a translator. Look at Asuka. Have Asuka translate.
Or Funaki-san. You know?
That could work.
That'd be nice. All right, and then Becky Lynch.
Give me that Becky.
She goes on to defeat Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose. Mandy Rose's entrance is just lovely.
Becky Lynch.
It's one of the greatest things I've seen.
It's the Mr. Krabs meme.
That's
Which one?
That's fine.
Where he's dizzy on the whole.
Okay.
But that's what she does, she's very enchanting, And then Sonya Deville, she looks pretty badass herself,
Mm-hmm.
The MMA fighter thing. Ronda, pick it up. All right, so
Shayna Baszler was better, but
she's the Baron Corbin of the women's division. All right, moving on. Becky Lynch goes on to defeat those girls, and she earns her spot at the Women's Money in the Bank.
50-50 booking. After losing clean to Mandy Rose, she wins in a triple threat match.
Yes.
When technically, yes, the heels are at odds, but should
Yeah.
have been a handicap match.
Should have.
But heels are stupid.
All right, Shinsuke Nakamura goes on to defeat the phenomenal AJ Styles. He picks the stipulation for their match at Money in the Bank.
Mhm.
He kind of can't lose if he has to pick the stipulation.
What's it gonna be?
I don't know.
Dog kennel match. Whatever that match was. Was it called dog kennel? I don't know. Dog kennel in hell. With the cage inside the Hell in a Cell with the little dogs.
Oh, I know what you're talking. I can't think of the correct terminology for it. They're gonna have a low blow on a pole match.
Okay.
She's joking.
Hey,
That's something Vince
I'd
Russo
watch.
would book. I don't know what it's gonna be, but and Nakamura picks a
Claire
stipulation.
Lynch on a pole match.
Okay, whoa, you're throwing up the 2012 TNA references. All right.
Yep. Back when I used to watch.
Oh,
Aces and Eights and all that stuff.
Aces and eights. All right.
The original Bullet Club.
Okay, so I don't know what the stipulation is going to be, but the match itself, how do we feel? It's decent.
It has to end at Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
It's just I don't want, wasted potential all throughout this feud.
Yeah.
If they don't pull out all the stops here, then it wasn't a good feud.
Exactly.
It's funny how they have these last couple matches where there's not a conclusive finish, and then all of a sudden, when the title's not on the line, then somebody finally wins clean.
Yeah.
But, it's wrestling. That's something.
It's wrestling.
Not a super clean win with Shinsuke pulling off the antics.
Yep.
But, yeah.
We'll see.
Do we finally get the Bret Hart Cup angle? Finally, that we've all been waiting for?
Oh, of course.
I hope.
That's what we need. All right. Super.
AJ just reaches down and pulls out this cup. He's like, yeah!
Smacks him in the face.
Oh, that'd be great.
That would be amazing.
Does the whole Joey Ryan stuff. Just pulls it out. Maybe pulls out some other stuff first and then he pulls out the cup. We're giving them we gotta hold on to this gold.
Yeah,
You gotta pay to get this creative.
Of course. All right, Superstar Spotlight. Who do we got? Sean, start off with you.
I was unprepared for this, but I want to say almost. It took a while for me to come around to this guy.
Okay.
I wasn't impressed with his NXT run.
Really?
Yeah, with the title championship, it's like okay, I couldn't get behind him. But now it's like I've come around to him. I've seen the light, and he's pretty decent.
All right.
Pretty decent. With high praise.
Yeah. Oh wow, that's a lot coming from me. No, he's a great performer, and I just want to see. I don't want to see him screwed on the main roster.
Yeah. I think he's that top Hispanic star that Vince has been looking for.
Yeah.
Because the last one didn't pan out. So
he's a little on the small side, but he's a good-looking dude. He's not small like Ray is.
Yeah.
He's not
He's not
Del Rio.
Yeah,
which is always good.
I would hope he's not a douche like Del Rio.
Yeah.
All right. Who do you got?
Well, I couldn't pick one. I had to pick three.
Okay.
Cody Rhodes and the Young Bucks.
I was gonna say
Well,
that.
then you should have said it first because they are all in and they sold out 10,000 seats in under 30 minutes. And this is just a big deal. I thought they would do it. I didn't think they'd do it this quickly. I think it just kind of shows the state of independent wrestling and the hard. Because right now, wrestling might be not as popular as it's ever been in terms of ratings. But there's people who love wrestling more than there ever has, and they're willing to pay as much money as they can. Because Chicago's a big market. There's probably going to be a lot of people going in the Chicago, Wisconsin area, but I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people coming from California, New York, Britain, Ireland, all coming in from all over the place.
Castle on Pontine, all over.
This is kind of like a mini WrestleMania.
Because
they have the star cast, they're gonna have all the different people. They're gonna have podcasts. When are we gonna get the invitation to go do a live podcast there? Because there's some podcasts going on there.
There are some. I'm gonna have to hit.
We might have like some trademark infringements because of our name, but hit us up.
When we go, I'll talk to Cody. Be like, so can we get in on this all in deal? I got one. Rhodes, Cody.
Mm-hmm.
Rhodes.
I thought you were gonna say Roman.
Yeah, you see what I did there? Yeah. No, Cody, just, I said it earlier on, just taking a bet on himself, leaving the Juggernaut, doing something like this is awesome. And on that podcast with Edge Christian, he said, hey, I told the Bucks, like, I'm here to stay. I want to help this. I want to help you guys. I want to make this mean something. And he's doing it. That's awesome. Congratulations once again to all these guys. So incredibly proud of them. Mm-hmm. All right, so my promo pick of the week, Chris Jericho and Shawn Michaels.
Oh, yeah!
SummerSlam 2008. This is the infamous promo where Jericho punches Michaels' wife.
Ooh.
Yep. It was during that time when they had that really heated feud. Honestly, I think it's still the best work of Jericho's career. The list was amazing. What he's doing in Japan is awesome. But I'm holding on to that Nick Bockwinkel type Jericho. The suits, the really elaborate words, the spectacular vernacular. It was something amazing.
I like me some angry dad Jericho. I like him pushing young boys and cursing up a storm.
Pushing young boys. All right.
You better be at the Cow Palace. That's all I'm saying, Jericho.
Hey.
Better be there.
Make an appearance.
Challenging for the IWGP Championship against Kenny Omega.
Hey, the Judas and the Cow Palace. That'll sound nice. I'm down. All right, close match pick of the week. Cody Rhodes versus Kyle O'Reilly. Defy 4. Defy in Seattle, Washington. Gigantic. June 29th, 2017. This was when Cody Rhodes was Ring of Honor World Champion. I watched the match last night. It was good. High spotter 2. Just some nice psychology by Cody and O'Reilly. I dug it. I really did. All right,
I love Kyle O'Reilly.
I love Kyle O'Reilly too.
Kyle O'Reilly might be my favorite person, maybe in the Undisputed Era, maybe even more than Adam Cole.
I love when he's walking out with the title and he's doing the whole little.
They've been doing their promos lately.
Little guitar thing with it.
They've been having their dumb little promos lately, and they're pretty funny.
Fingerprints on it.
It does, yeah. All these specs keep touching my title.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I'm just here to pad out because we got 3 minutes left, and I was told we got to go 60 minutes, like Brett and Sean. So
They went over an hour. My God.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, you know what? Okay, fine. We're gonna be like Cody, Kenny, and Okada. All right? Is that better? And then once they go their 2 out of 3 falls match, they're gonna go an hour and a half. They're going 90 minutes, and Kenny's gonna win, and he's gonna be the triumphant champion. It's to be fantastic. Are we gonna do an instant analysis for that? For Dominion?
I mean, is Cody on the card? What's he doing?
Who cares what Cody's doing?
What's Cody doing?
Who cares what Cody's doing?
Oh wait, Jericho's wrestling Naito, right?
Yes, that
All right,
is happening.
If Jericho wins, we do an instant analysis. If he doesn't, I'm sorry.
We're doing one at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Jesus.
Because I'm watching this live. You best believe it.
We're calling each other at 4 a.m.?
You're damn right.
Hey, I'm down. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm down for it. I'll do a Dominion pod at 4 a.m. I don't care. That's the kind of guy I am. That's the commitment I have to this.
Last time I stayed up and watched a New Japan show, there was a major earthquake that happened.
There was, yeah.
I mean, they shook the world of how great that show was.
I had to protect my TV. All right, guys. You can follow us on Twitter at BulletCast, Instagram The BulletCast, YouTube channel The BulletCast, Facebook BulletCast. We're on SoundCloud, iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn, Google Play, 99.9 FM KW in Watsonville. Shout out to the people in Watsonville who listen to the pod. Mm-hmm. We just picked up Argentina. That's
Argentina.
I know that's
shout
nice.
out Lionel Messi if you're watching.
Hey, yeah. Shout out.
Cristiano Ronaldo's better than you.
Oh my goodness. Money in the Bank. This will be on the line. Whoever gets the second most predictions right, they become our Mr. Money.
So how many people will be involved in these predictions?
I don't know.
We have like 10 people.
A lot of people are trying to get in on this. Like somebody who doesn't watch wrestling like all that often is trying to get in on this. So
I don't want this anyways. I'm gonna get this. So it doesn't matter about this anyways.
I mean,
because this is just a hassle to lug around anyways. This thing is big and chunky and
whoa.
It's an oversized lunchbox.
Hey, respect the briefcase.
But
So,
you can
yeah,
get it as a lunchbox, though.
You can cash this in for whatever
Don't
wrestling
do that.
pay-per-view you want.
Any show.
All right, it could be from WWE, it could be from New Japan, it could be from Ring of Honor, it could be from Shimmer or Defy or Progress or Evolve. All right.
All right.
Can we predict like a sports game? Does that have to be wrestling?
Yeah, it has to be wrestling.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about like the NCAA finals? Can we predict
I
that?
don't know. I got some picks on that for a different thing.
Okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to cater to these New Japan marks. Goodbye and good night. Bang.
Oh yeah.
This has been the Bulletcast. Thank you for listening.